keep in mind. So one can say that there are importance of maintenance engineers inside the companies. प्रत्येक कंपनीमध्ये इक्विपमेंट्स असतातच आणि मेंटेनन्स इंजिनियर ची नीड ही प्रत्येक कंपनीमध्ये असेलच. येस. So just we have finished the skill development program of circuit breaker and switchgear. Under that also we have found that one can do the maintenance of circuit breaker and switchgear. You know that we are using the substation for stepping up. Just a minute. Okay, sorry for the interruption. How many students have attended the today's morning lecture? Can anyone tell me in the chat box? Is there any other activities going on parallel to this lecture? Or if the students are having any problem, so can anyone tell me how many students have attended the today's morning lecture of AMA? Yes, what is the problem? I am asking, is there any parallel activities going on? Okay, okay, no sir, okay, okay, fine. Okay, now we will concentrate on our today's topic. Okay. If you are having any parallel activity with any lecture, then you can tell your teacher, or you can tell your mentor, or you can tell your class teacher. Yes. So don't keep the things with you only. So if you have participated in any event or any activity, then you can communicate the activity, you can communicate the competition participation with your mentor or your class teacher or your any teacher. Okay, so that freedom is with you. Okay, now in that switchgear and maintenance, or you can say circuit breaker equipment, we are using the substation. So this second unit we have seen, and in the substation we are using the different equipments inside the substation, and you have to make sure that every equipment should be do under the carry of or under the process of maintenance. Yes, so that is the very crucial role of maintenance engineers. So one can choose the career in the field of maintenance, but make sure that he must get or he must acquire the skill in field of maintenance. Yes, and we have seen the different stages, or you can say different processes or different stages for doing the maintenance of these types. Yes, just there is one question for you. What is the difference between preventive maintenance and what is the difference between the second type that we have seen is the corrective maintenance? Can anyone tell me what is the preventive maintenance and what is the corrective maintenance? Preventive means what? Preventive means we have to make sure that before the breakdown, correct, Komal, before the fault or before the breakdown of electrical equipment, one can say that we have to do the maintenance. That is called the preventive. For that, you have to remember that sentence, prevention is better than cure. Yes. Now, what is the second type? Corrective maintenance. Corrective means we have to make the correction. And when to do the correction? After the breakdown. Correct. Rekha, correct. Priyanka, correct. After the breakdown, we have to do the maintenance. So this difference you have to keep in your mind. Because see, in your exam, in your interview types, these differences will definitely ask. Yes. So if there is any fault in the electrical equipment or any fault in the mechanical equipment also, then we have to carry out the corrective maintenance. Yes. And before the fault occurrence, we have to carry the preventive maintenance. So that difference we have seen. So today we are interested for the next important term, that is, now we are going to consider the equipment and we are going to carry the maintenance for that particular equipment. One can say that why we have to carry the maintenance, because the life, the efficiency, or you can say the performance of the equipment will going to increase definitely when one can do the maintenance. तुमच्या घरामधलं उदाहरण घ्या, जर तुम्हाला तुमचे आई वडील जर सांगत असतील की फॅनचं तुम्हाला क्लिनिंग करायचं आहे, तर तुम्ही कंटाळा करतात, ऑब्वियस गोष्ट आहे. येस, तुम्हाला स्टूल आणावा लागतो, तुम्हाला एखादं कापड घ्यावं लागतं. येस, तुम्हाला ती अरेंजमेंट करावं लागते सगळं त्या फॅन पर्यंत पोहोचण्याची, आणि मग तुम्हाला क्लिनिंगची प्रोसेस स्टार्ट करावी लागते. येस, पंखा चालू नसतो, तुम्हाला घाम येत असतो. येस, सो मेक शुअर दॅट whenever you are going to carry the maintenance, precautions should be taken. प्रिकॉशन नंबर 1 काय असेल? मग जर तुम्ही फॅनचं मेंटेनन्स करत असाल तर थोडं चॅटबॉक्स मध्ये थोडं आपण क्वेश्चन आन्सर खेळू. येस, सो दॅट यू विल बिकम ऍक्टिव्ह. व्हॉट आर द थिंग्स यू आर गोइंग टू डू whenever you are going to do the maintenance of the electrical fan? सिंपल मेंटेनन्स तुम्हाला करायचं आहे, क्लीन करायचं आहे फॅनला, क्लिनिंग ऑफ फॅन. येस, सो व्हॉट आर द थिंग्स you are going to consider, or what are the precautions you are going to take? Yes, correct. Tiple, correct. Fan should be off. The connection should be disconnected. Yes. Then what is the next? You should wear the gloves in your hand. So obviously it increases the cost, but make sure that our health, or our, you can say, health is important. Yes. So make sure that you are going to wear the mask on your nose or on your you can say the mouth. Yes, you must wear the gloves, you must wear the rubber shoes in your feet. Yes, so that if there is a by chance electrical current is going to occur, then it will not touch to your body. Yes, so you have to wear the rubber shoes. We know that rubber is a perfect insulator. Yes, so it does not carry any amount of current. So that is the precautions we have to take. And then we can take the तुम्ही काय क्लोथ घेऊ शकतात, किंवा तुम्ही जर स्पंज असेल तर तुम्ही ते घेऊ शकतात. Yes, and one more important, stand on wooden table or chair, so that can you also do. Yes, so these precautions you are going to consider while doing the maintenance of your electrical fan. So the maintenance type is cleaning only. We are not going to replacing the oil, we are not going to replacing the windings. Yes, so we are going to do only the cleaning. Same way, whenever you are going to cleaning the TV or cleaning the washing machine, cleaning the you can say the electrical equipments, so same precautions you must take into the consideration. Yes, now we are interested for to do the maintenance of a transformer. Yes, we know that transformer is a very important equipment inside the substation. We have seen the types also, we have seen the test also on the transformer, and we have seen what are the advantages of using a transformer. Basically, transformer is used inside the substation to increase the voltage or to decrease the voltage. So these are the two important things why we are using a transformer inside the substation. Yes, and one can sure that we have to do the maintenance periodically. So we will see the maintenance of a transformer in detail, because see, in your exam the question will be asked in such a way that explain the preventive maintenance and how to do the preventive maintenance for a transformer. So this joint question will be asked for you for 6 to 7 marks. make sure that if it is possible to draw the diagram for you or circuit diagram for you, then you must draw the circuit diagram for that transformer, or whenever you are going to carry the maintenance. Yes, the power transformer, now I'm using a specific word. I'm not using a word distribution transformer, I'm using a word power transformer. It means it is situated or it is associated with the substation only. Yes, whenever I'm going to use the word distribution transformer is, it is available near to our house or near to our colony. Yes, so a power transformer is a most costly essential equipment of an electrical transformer. Yes, so for getting high performance, long functional life of the transformer, it is desired to perform a various maintenance activities. So these are the two important objectives. What is the first objective? High performance we want to achieve, and we want to achieve a long functional life. Make sure that the transformer is a very costly. It is not in terms of thousand, it is in terms of lakhs. Yes, and whenever you are going to purchasing a lakh of equipment or the rupees in you can say the lakh, then you must carry the maintenance. तुमच्या घरामध्ये तुम्ही बघितलं असेल, जर तुमच्या आई वडिलांनी जर तुमच्यासाठी एखादी महागाची गोष्ट आणली असेल, एक्झाम्पल घ्या लॅपटॉप किंवा मोबाईल, सो यू मस्ट टेक केअर ऑफ युअर मोबाईल और युअर लॅपटॉप. Why? Because whenever you are going to take care, then automatically the life of that equipment is going to increase. Yes, not only that, a power transformer also requires a various maintenance actions including. So we have to do the maintenance activities also, and sometimes we have to do the maintenance actions. The measurement and testing of different parameters of the transformer. So one can say that before carrying out the maintenance, we have to measure. What we have to measure? We have to measure the different parameters of what? Of transformer. Or one can do the testing of the different parameters of the transformer. So this is the role of maintenance engineer. So maintenance engineer has to check or to test the electrical equipment if it is working fine or not, and he has to measure or he has to observe the different parameters. Now, what are the different parameters one can observe? Obviously, we are going to observe the voltage, we are going to observe the current, we are going to observe the frequency, and sometimes we are going to observe the resistance also. Because we know that we are using a transformer. Transformer is nothing but it is made up of primary winding as well as it is made up with the secondary winding. Yes, and if we are going to measure the winding resistance, then obviously we are going to compare this winding resistance with the standard resistances. Now, where we got the information of standard resistances? तुम्हाला कळत असेल की प्रत्येक इलेक्ट्रिकल इक्विपमेंट बरोबर एक गोष्ट असते, त्याला तुम्ही म्हणतात की मॅन्युअल. येस, टीव्हीचं असेल, इलेक्ट्रिकल फॅनचं असेल किंवा तुमच्या रेफ्रिजरेटरचं असेल, एव्हरी इलेक्ट्रिकल इक्विपमेंट हॅज द मॅन्युअल विथ इट. येस, अँड इट विल बी प्रोव्हाइडेड बाय द कंपनी. So whenever the maintenance engineer want to do something important related to the transformer, then obviously he has to check the manual of that particular transformer, and after some time, after periodic time, त्याला एक्सपिरियन्स येऊन जातो. त्या ट्रान्सफॉर्मर बघितल्यावर त्याचं मॅन्युअल मध्ये कोणकोणत्या व्हॅल्यू असतील ते त्याला तो अनुभवातून ह्या गोष्टी शिकतो माणूस. येस, अँड ही कॅन मेजर द वाइंडिंग रेजिस्टन्स. Obviously we need the ohm meter to measure the winding resistance. Yes, so ohm meter is there available, and this ohm meter measures the winding resistance of primary as well as secondary. Yes, we perform work. So there are mainly two types of maintenance of transformer. We perform work group is in routine basis, and second group is as when required. So routine, I already discussed this term with you. Routine means over a period of time. Let's say in a week, in a 7 days, we have to carry the maintenance, or you can say in a month, let's say in the 30 days, we have to carry the maintenance, or you can say in the 60 days, we have to carry the maintenance. Yes, so this depends in, or this included in the manual of the transformer. And the second group is, or second type is as when required. So it can be the emergency maintenance, or it can be the corrective maintenance after occurring the fault. Yes, because preventive maintenance is nothing but routine maintenance or routine basis. Some other type of maintenance of a transformer we perform as when they are required. But if one performs the regular maintenance, the regular means routine maintenance, he may not have any provision of performing emergency maintenance. इथे एक वाक्य important कन्क्लूड केलेलं आहे की जर एखादा व्यक्ती किंवा एखादा मेंटेनन्स इंजिनियर कॅन परफॉर्म अ रेग्युलर मेंटेनन्स प्रॉपरली. सो दिस इज द व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट टर्म, प्रॉपरली. Make sure that our role is becoming as a maintenance engineer. So we must be perfect. Yes. So whenever we are going to take care or whenever we are going to follow the proper procedure to carry the regular maintenance, he may not have or she may not have a provision of performing the emergency maintenance. जर एखाद्याने काही गोष्टी फॉलो केल्या प्रॉपरली तर त्याला इमर्जन्सी मेंटेनन्स करण्याची गरज नाही. But it is a system, it is an electrical equipment, there can be a chances of emergency maintenance also. One cannot avoid the emergency maintenance or one cannot make the emergency maintenance zero. Yes, the regular checking and maintenance of transformer is also known as, just a minute, so I want to make this discard. Okay. So that we have seen regular checking, and so I have to use the laser. The regular checking and maintenance of a transformer is also known as condition maintenance. So this is the definition of condition maintenance: regular checking, routine checking, and maintenance of a transformer. So we are going to see this term condition monitoring or condition maintenance. It is the same. So it will be included in the 3B chapter. Hence, by proper condition maintenance, one can avoid the emergency and breakdown maintenance. That is why one technical person should mainly concentrate on condition maintenance, as 100% condition maintenance causes 0% breakdown of an equipment. So this is a very important term, or this is a very important, you can say, the sentence in the maintenance field. 100% condition maintenance causes 0% breakdown of the electrical equipment. Yes, there are many different maintenance actions to be performed on a power transformer. Some of them in yearly basis, some of them are monthly basis, and some of them are quarterly. Some of them are half yearly. These are the mainly transformer maintenance action which to be performed in 3 to 4 years of interval. Obviously, this is nothing but the routine maintenance. One can do yearly, one can do monthly, one can do half yearly, and one can do quarterly. And where this time or where this calendar time is mentioned, this time is mentioned in, obviously, in the manual. It is provided by the company who manufactures a transformer or who manufactures the electrical equipment. Yes, so one can preserve the manual of every electrical equipment. म्हणजे प्रत्येक आपण इंजिनियर बनणार आहोत 1-1.5 वर्षानंतर, तर आपण जे घरामध्ये इलेक्ट्रिकल इक्विपमेंट्स आहेत त्याचे जे मॅन्युअल्स आहेत ना, त्याच्यावर जे माहिती पुस्तिका म्हणतो आपण त्याला मराठीमध्ये, तर ते सांभाळून ठेवणं हे खूप गरजेचं आहे. आपल्याला घरातल्या घरात सुद्धा फॉल्ट हा क्लिअर करता येईल जर तुमच्याकडे मॅन्युअल असेल तर. येस, नाउ हॅव यू सीन द मॅन्युअल बिफोर? One can say that there are different parameters or different languages are mentioned inside the manual, because the electrical equipment that company manufactures can be sold in many countries, either in India, either in English, or either in USA. Yes, so they are making sure that the regional languages should be included in the particular manual. So they are using the Marathi language, or they are using the Hindi language also, or sometimes they are using a English language also. So one can say that the manual must be in the local languages so that it can be easily understood. And this manual consists of the important, that is called as a circuit diagram or the connection diagram. So from where the electrical equipment or that small components connections are made, that all the information is provided in the manual. जसं आपलं लॅब मॅन्युअल असतं ना, लॅब मॅन्युअल मध्ये आपण काय काय करतो, थेअरी असते, यू कॅन से दॅट प्री लॅब पोस्ट लॅब क्वेश्चन्स, वन कॅन से द सर्किट डायग्राम, ऑब्झर्वेशन टेबल. Same way we are following or we are using this manual. Yes, now we will go ahead. Now what are the assessment or action plan for the maintenance? The transformers are low maintenance but not free of maintenance device. Now can anyone tell me why I am using the word as low maintenance? Low maintenance means there is a requirement of very less maintenance for a transformer. But whenever we are going to consider the motor or whenever we are going to consider the generator, there is a lot of maintenance is going to occur. Consider the example of fan. We require the maintenance periodically. तुम्हाला घरात दिसत असेल की तुमच्या घरामध्ये जे फॅन आहेत ते साधारण 1.5 वर्षानंतर किंवा 2 वर्षानंतर ते खराब होतात, आवाज येतो, काही ना काही डॅमेज होतो. येस, can you tell me why I am using the word transformer uses a low maintenance and while motor and generator uses a high maintenance? So you have to increase your thinking power for this. So you can put in the chat box, you can unmute your mic or you can answer this question. Why the transformer needs a low maintenance rather than your generator and motor? Can anyone tell me, or you have to think in another way? What are the components are present inside the transformer? Yes, correct. Or you are correct. Yes, Komal. It is a static device. Static means all the parts are stationary. There is a no movement part. There is a no movement is going to happen. There is a no, you can say, the gear arrangement. Yes, gear mechanism. Whenever you are considering the device which has a rotating arrangement or rotating parts, it must need the maintenance. Yes, so that sentence I have made over here, that the transformer, yes, Mane Pragati, you are correct. Whenever we are going to make sure that the transformer are the low maintenance device. So this can be a question for your interview. So they are going to give you the two components. So here is one transformer, and here, or you can say one is a static device, and one can say it is a rotating device. Electrical machines are categorized basically under these two parameters. Yes. So that AC/DC is the next part. But before the AC/DC, this is the basic part: static components or static electrical equipments and rotating electrical equipments. Yes. So after this, there is a classification of AC and DC. To determine the maintenance need of your transformer, maintenance partners offers an assessment that consists of visual inspections. आता तुम्हाला कळत असेल की तुमच्या शाळेमध्ये इन्स्पेक्शन करायला एखादी टीम यायची. येस, मग तुम्हाला काहीतरी पाठ करायला लावायचे किंवा तुम्हाला पोएम म्हणायला लावायचे किंवा तुम्हाला काहीतरी टेबल्स म्हणायला लावायचे. येस, सो दॅट इज नथिंग बट इन्स्पेक्शन. ऑइल सॅम्पलिंग, thermography and electrical measurements. So these are the assessment plan, or you can say maintenance plan for a transformer. Now we will see one by one. What is the visual inspection? By observing only, one can say the maintenance or what is the fault inside happening in that particular transformer. काही काही लोक इतके हुशार असतात ना की त्या ट्रान्सफॉर्मर कडे बघून किंवा त्याच्यातून जे आवाज येत असतील वेगवेगळ्या प्रकारचे, त्या आवाजांच्या ऑब्झर्वेशनने दे कॅन डिटरमाइन द टाइप ऑफ फॉल्ट. तर तुम्ही बघितलं असेल की तुमच्या घरामधून जर इलेक्ट्रिकल फॅनचा जर बेरिंग किंवा जो तो रॉड असतो जो फॅनला कॅरी करतो, जर तो लूज असेल किंवा युअर बेरिंग इज इन ऑन द वर्ज ऑफ डॅमेज, so there is a different sound is coming on. Yes, obviously this is called as visual inspection. Oil sampling one can take. Obviously we are using a transformer oil inside a transformer, and we have to make sure that we have to collect the sample. तुम्ही कदाचित सकाळी सकाळी बारामतीत किंवा तुमच्या कॅन्टीन मध्ये गेल्यावर तुम्ही सॅम्पल मागत असाल. येस, सो सॅम्पल इज नथिंग बट इट इज अ स्मॉल पार्ट, येस, ऑफ दॅट पर्टिक्युलर ऑइल. The third assessment plan is the thermography. Now we are having a different topic on this thermography. Thermography, in a simple word, I am going to say here, it is a image. What is the image? Image which consists of the different hotspots. Yes. So let's say I am using this image, or you can say photograph, and on that photograph there are different hotspots are going to observe. Now what is the meaning of these hotspots? These hotspots is nothing but, one can say that there is a heat is going to develop in particular part. मग तुम्हाला कळत असेल की जसा तुम्ही फोनचा कॅमेरा यूज करतात तसे थर्मोग्राफी कॅमेराज हे अवेलेबल आहेत इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजिनियर साठी. हे कोणालाही वापरता येत नाही, हे फक्त इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजिनियर्सलाच वापरता येतील. थर्मोग्राफी कॅमेराज, that is a maintenance tool. So that toolbox which we have seen in the first lecture, so that toolbox consists of thermography cameras. Yes, obviously it is a camera which having a advanced feature, and whenever we are going to carry the picture like this, then we are going to observe some spots. These spots are nothing but the heat developed in that particular equipment. That is called as the thermography camera. I hope the concept is clear to you. We will see this concept, we will see the example, we will see the pictures, and we will see the image of thermography camera in the next few lectures. Yes, and the fourth assessment plan is the electrical measurement. Can anyone tell me what will be the cost of this thermography camera? Is it normal to have the cost? याची जी कॉस्ट असेल ती नॉर्मल कॅमेरा सारखीच असेल का? याची कॉस्ट ही खूप जास्त असेल? ऑब्वियसली फीचर हे ऍडव्हान्टेजेस आहे. येस, अँड whenever we are going to purchasing the thermography camera, it is in terms of lakhs. हा lakhs मध्ये सुरुवात होते या कॅमेरांची. येस, obviously it is very costly, but it is an advantageous thing. So the heat developed inside the electrical equipment can be detected. We will see this concept, we will see the arrangement of the thermography camera in detail. And the fourth maintenance plan is the electrical measurement. Obviously it is related to the parameters, the voltage, the current, the frequency, or sometimes the resistance. So these measurements we have to carry for the assessment and maintenance plan. The assessment is the foundation for a maintenance plan in which the condition and priority of each transformer are decisive for the maintenance frequency and needs. Now we will discuss the preventive maintenance for a transformer. For a safe and reliable operation of a transformers, preventive maintenance is a must. This is a must before the fault. Yes, this detects the problem at an early stages and can prevent a further deterioration. Deterioration means what? Losing its property. Preventive maintenance includes the following test. Obviously, the maintenance includes the test. What are the tests it includes? It includes the oil sampling plus analysis. Whenever we are going to carry or whenever we are going to collect the oil sample, we have to make the analysis. What is the meaning of analysis? It is nothing but we have to check the oil quality, we have to check the PCV, we have to check the furan detection. Furan is also the interesting part. Yes, moist level we have to check. So there are n number of parameters for this particular test. We are not going to discuss in detail, but make sure that for the preventive maintenance you have to carry these different tests. Obviously there is a procedure available, standard procedure is available, and you have to follow that standard procedure. Second test is electrical measurements. So obviously it includes insulation resistance, winding resistance, transformer turns ratio, SFRA. It means sweep frequency response analysis. It is only one can say that it is nothing but related to the electrical parameters, and we have to carry the SFRA test also. In addition, accessories. In addition, accessories and protections are checked. Detection, gas, pressure, temperature. So this is also one test. A pulse relay, or the thermometer and the fans and silica gel is to be replaced. So this is called as preventive maintenance. What is the preventive maintenance? Preventive maintenance, it means we have to carry the maintenance at early stages. And what are the tests it includes? It includes oil sampling plus analysis. Obviously, we have to check the oil quality, foreign detection, moisture level. This moist level is nothing but moisture level. Yes. PCB is nothing but it is an advanced, you can say the advanced technique to discuss or to test the oil. Yes. Second measurement is the electrical measurement, which includes the insulation resistance, winding resistance, transformer turns ratio, SFRA, and obviously it includes the thermometer test and it includes the silica gel replacement. One can say that the silica gel is used inside the transformer. Yes. Now we will discuss the second equipment, that is called as a induction motor maintenance. Obviously, it is a rotating equipment. It requires a very number of, or you can say large number of maintenance actions or maintenance activities. Maintenance of an induction motor can be classified into two groups. First is restorative and second is protective. What is the meaning of restorative? It means repairs. Whenever it is a most important or you can say primary type of repair, it arises after a fault being carried out. Restorative maintenance has the many disadvantages like lesser time for the useful life of the machine, waste of valuable energy. It is also known as corrective maintenance. Yes, so this corrective maintenance is called as restorative maintenance for the case of induction motor. There is a second type called as protective maintenance, and this type of maintenance form can be referred to schedule of planned maintenance, that is the actions, or we have to make the schedule aimed at the prevention of breakdowns and failures. Examples of protective maintenance are changing of oil, greasing, tightening of belt, and changing of filters. So this is related to induction motor maintenance. Now we will see the different types of, or you can say the detailed procedure of the protective maintenance. Whenever we are interested for the protective maintenance, it can also be defined as anything that increases the life of equipment and help it runs more efficiently. Obviously, this is the objective of having the maintenance. Further, it can be divided into two subgroups: activities, continuous monitoring, and second is periodic measurements or predictive techniques. Now, whenever we are going to consider the protective maintenance, it will generally involve the lubricating, cleaning, and check for sparking brushes, vibrations, loose belts, and high temperature. Obviously, this high temperature will be detected by thermography cameras and unusual noises. मी तुम्हाला मग म्हटलं होतं की काही काही इलेक्ट्रिशियन्स किंवा काही काही टेक्निशियन्स असे असतात की जे आवाजावरून ते ओळखू शकतात की कोणता फॉल्ट आहे. येस, इट इन्व्हॉल्व्स द लुब्रिकेटिंग. आपल्याला ऑइलला lubrication is important inside the rotating equipments, so we have to make sure that proper lubrication should be there, cleaning should be there, as there is a rotating equipments are there, so there is a possibility of having the more amount of dust. Check for sparking brushes असतील तिथे sparking तयार होईल, and we have to make sure that we have to replace these brushes after a period of time. Vibrations, जे vibrations analysis म्हणतो आपण त्याला, we will discuss this vibration analysis also in detail. Yes, so there are, you can say, advanced techniques are available to measure these vibrations. एखादं इलेक्ट्रिकल इक्विपमेंट हे किती व्हायब्रेशन प्रोड्यूस करत आहे हे सुद्धा आपल्याला मेजर करता येतं बरं. आणि त्या व्हायब्रेशनची जर लिमिट ही जास्त असेल, सो दॅट मस्ट कॅरी द मेंटेनन्स. लूज बेल्ट्स असतील किंवा लूज नट बोल्ट्स असतील, सो वी हॅव टू मेक शुअर दॅट इट शुड बी गेट टाइटन. हाय टेम्परेचर्स, ऑब्वियसली इट विल बी डिटेक्टेड बाय द थर्मोग्राफी कॅमेराज. अँड अनयुज्युअल नॉईज जर येत असेल, बिअरिंग फॉल्ट असेल किंवा वाइंडिंग मध्ये काही फॉल्ट असेल, तर नॉईज हा कॉमन नसतो. इट इज अनयुज्युअल, इट इज नॉट कॉमन. So a planned inspection and maintenance is needed for vast of electrical equipment to keep in proper working condition. But the question arises, do we need a proper maintenance schedule? The answer will yes. Why we need a proper maintenance schedule? तुम्हाला कळत असेल की तुम्ही आज एखादी गोष्ट केली, उद्या तुम्ही तीच गोष्ट रिपीट करतात का नाही. जर समजा तुम्ही आज तुम्हाला काही काम सांगितलं असेल की बाजारातून आज 1 किलो ऍपल घेऊन ये, तर तुम्ही उद्या पण 1 किलो ऍपल आणणार असाल का नाही. इट हॅज अ शेड्यूल. Then after 1 week, you are going to carry that 1 kilo apple or 1 kg apple for you. So it means it has a schedule. Same way for maintenance also there must be a schedule. आज जर तुम्ही रोटरला क्लीन केलं असेल किंवा रोटरचं तुम्ही मेंटेनन्स केलं असेल, तर उद्या तुम्ही काय करणार, स्टेटरचं मेंटेनन्स करणार. जर तुम्ही दररोज उठून जर रोटरचं मेंटेनन्स करत राहिले आणि जर स्टेटरमध्ये फॉल्ट आला आणि स्टेटर मधून फॉल्ट आल्यानंतर जर ते डॅमेज झालं, तर झालं मग तुमचं कल्याण, त्या इलेक्ट्रिकल मोटरचं कल्याण झालं. येस. नाउ ऑब्वियसली देयर शुड बी अ प्रॉपर मेंटेनन्स, because without a proper maintenance schedule, when something goes wrong with a motor, it can lead to expensive repairs and can take some leads to replace it with new one. Obviously, whenever the electrical equipment is under the fault condition or under the breakdown, त्याचं रिपेअर करण्यासाठी आपल्याला पैसे खूप खर्च करावे लागतात. बरं, त्या इक्विपमेंटची कॉस्टच ही लॅक्स मध्ये असते. तुम्ही विचार करा की त्यांची रिपेअरिंग सुद्धा काय असेल, हजारांमध्ये तरी असेल कमीत कमी. दिस इज वाय अ प्रॉपर शेड्यूल मेंटेनन्स इज नेसेसरी. However, it will not guarantee that motor will not get any trouble, but it will limit the problem. आपण गॅरंटी घेऊ शकत नाही कोणत्याही गोष्टीची, but make sure that there can be a limit of problem. So the main idea behind motor maintenance is to prevent a breakdown rather than repairs them. Yes, so this is the important concept of protective maintenance. Yes. Now we are interested for the two types of induction motors. We know that the two types of induction motors are squirrel cage and second is wound type. Obviously, squirrel cage induction motor requires a very less maintenance as it does not contain the brushes, commutators and slip rings. So that is an advantageous motor, one can say. But whenever we are using a wound type, it contains a slip rings, it contains a brushes, so it does require a maintenance time to time. So this is a very important difference for the maintenance for squirrel cage and wound type. Considering the above discussion, most common faults that can be avoided through the adoption of condition monitoring methods, that is called as stator winding faults. Normally a consequence of overheating, contaminations, etc., possibly causing shorted turns, shorted coils, phase or coil to ground and single phasing. Now, can anyone say me or can anyone tell me what are the causes of overheating? Overheating चे causes काय असू शकतात? तुम्ही विचार करा थोडासा की इलेक्ट्रिकल इक्विपमेंट मध्ये ओव्हरहीटिंग चे causes हे काय असू शकतात? What are the causes of overheating? Because of fault, there is overheating. Because of extra load, correct, Ankita, there can be overheating. Yes, any other cause of overheating? Short circuit, correct. Short circuit can lead to overheating. Yes, again excess current, one can say excess current जर flow झाला तिथून तर काय होईल? There can be a chances of overheating. Yes, or one can say insulation failure. Insulation failure causes the overheating. Yes, due to magnetic field, one can say the magnetic field does not cause the heat. Obviously, it causes the losses. Yes, magnetic or we can say hysteresis losses, and that hysteresis losses will lead to the heat. Copper losses increase, so it increases the heat. Yes, so these are the number of, or we can say n number of, we can say the causes of overheating. And one can make sure that whenever we are going to limit these causes of overheating, then our motor will be work normally. Now, what is the meaning of contaminations? Contaminations means existence of foreign particles. Yes, so one can say there can be the dust, there can be a moisture available, or there can be, you can say the oil is available. Sometimes if that can be the, yes, impurity is a correct word. Contamination means impurity. So whenever we are using a motor inside the oil industry, and if because of that oil leakage that going to happen on that particular motor, then obviously there can be a possibility of fault condition, and this will lead to your motor runs abnormally. So such failures create a stator electrical imbalance as well as vibrations. So just a minute. Such failures create a stator electrical imbalance as well as vibrations in the current harmonic content. Now, this harmonic you are going to see in the fourth year. In the first semester, having the subject power quality. Now, what you are going to study in the power quality? We know that we are using a 230 volt rated voltage. Yes, if by chance this 230 volt is increased by 250 volt, then obviously our power quality is of bad condition. आपल्याला कळत असेल की क्वालिटी आणि क्वांटिटी यामध्ये डिफरन्स आहे. व्हॉट और यू कैन से विच थिंग वी आर गोइंग टू प्रेफर? क्वालिटी प्रेफर करतो आपण का क्वांटिटी प्रेफर करतो? थोडं चॅट बॉक्स मध्ये सांगतात मला. विच थिंग वी आर गोइंग टू प्रेफर, क्वालिटी और क्वांटिटी? क्वालिटी, क्वालिटी. ऑल आर सगळ्यांचं म्हणणं असं आहे की क्वालिटी प्रेफर करतो. येस, व्हाय वी आर नॉट प्रेफरिंग द क्वांटिटी? थोडं आपण आता चायना वस्तूबद्दल बोलू आपण. येस, चायना वस्तूमध्ये बघा तुम्ही क्वालिटी तुम्ही प्रेफर करतात का? नाही, तुम्ही प्रेफर काय करतात? क्वांटिटी प्रेफर करतात. येस, क्वांटिटी म्हणजे ती गोष्ट दिसायला चांगली आहे, अट्रॅक्टिव्ह आहे. येस, दॅट मीन्स यू आर नॉट बॉदरिंग अबाउट द लाईफ ऑफ दॅट Chinese product. You are bothering about the appearance or the working. Yes, so it means we are interested for the quality of power. It should be 230 volt throughout the day or throughout the year. Yes, but when that quality of power is going to degrade, if the quality of power is going to degrade, then it produces a harmonic. Harmonic is nothing but it is a or you can say non-sinusoidal waveform. So one can say this is a non-sinusoidal waveform. This is called as harmonic waveform. And whenever we are interested for power quality, so we must get a standard sinusoidal waveform. So this is called as harmonic current, non-sinusoidal waveform. And how this is going to happen? This is going to happen with the help of overheating, contaminations. So these are the regions of having a non-sinusoidal waveform. Wrong assembly can be a cause. So this is under the bearing faults. It can be caused by incorrect lubrication, mechanical stresses, wrong assembly, etc. They can affect all the bearing parts such as inner and outer races, cage, balls or rolls. So the third type is rotor fault. First is stator, second is bearing, and the third is rotor fault. Obviously, these are usually caused by broken bars or broken end rings. End ring हा शब्द इंडक्शन मोटरच्या रिलेटेड आहे. Rotor misalignment and imbalance. The primary focus of problem in a three-phase induction motor is in their stators and their supports. The leading causes of failures are superheating, imperfections in the isolation, mechanical bearings, electrical failures. So the following inspection schedule may vary depending on the type of machines and importance of that machines must be carried out for induction motor. So आतापर्यंत काय बघितलं आपण बघितलं की there are two types of maintenance strategies for induction motor. First is restorative and second is protective. One can say that we have to carry the maintenance for squirrel cage and wound type. Squirrel cage are having a low maintenance because there is absence of slip rings. So whenever we are going to consider the wound type, there is a presence of slip ring. So it carries a maintenance, and this is a maintenance schedule for the program for every week. Examine the commutator and brushes. examine the starter, switch, fuses and other controls, tighten loose connections, see that machine brought up to the rated speed in normal time or not, and check the level of oil in the bearing. And the last point, the maintenance program for every 5 to 6 months. So this is for every week and this is for half yearly, one can say. Clean the motor thoroughly, blowing out the dirt from windings, wipe the commutator and brushes, check the brushes and replace any that are more than half core. जर ते तुटले असतील किंवा खराब झाले असतील, so we have to replace the brushes. Examine the brush holders. So for picking the lamp, we are using a lamp holder. Same way, for holding a brush, we are using a brush holders, and clean them if dirty. Make sure that the brushes ride free in the holders. Drain or wash out and replace oil in sleeve bearings. Check the grease in ball or roller bearing. See that all the covers and belt and gear guards are in place in good order and securely fastened. Inspect and tighten the connections on motor and control. So this is the maintenance program for the half yearly, every week, and this is the last for every year. Clean out and renew the grease in the ball or rotor bearing housing. Clean out the magnetic dirt that may be clinging to the poles. Check the clearance between the shaft and journal boxes of the sleeve bearing motor to prevent the operations with own bearings. Clean out the undercut slots in the commutator. Check the commutator for smoothness. Examine the connections between the commutator and armature coils. Test the insulation resistance by mega ohm meter and check the air gap. So this is a very important concept. We have to check the air gap. If the air gap is going to increase or decrease, there can be an adverse effect on that particular induction motor or for any electrical equipment. So this is the maintenance program for every year, for every week, and for every 5 to 6 months. I hope you understood the today's point related to the maintenance for transformer. In that transformer, we have seen the maintenance of the power transformer, and the second point, that is the maintenance of the induction motor. In the next class, we will discuss the alternator maintenance. So again, this is a very interesting maintenance for alternator. If you have any doubt related to the EMT subject, then you can ask me at any time. I'm available on the WhatsApp, or you can drop me a mail also. So I have taken your attendance via the add-on.